friends, welcome to the show. Let's motivate each other today in a different way. How are you all? When I was a child, it was a tradition. I think I was in class 6th, and there was a tradition in our school that on our birthdays we used to offer a chocolate to the principal also, a very good chocolate. We used to offer the toffees or whatever we want in the classroom. Apart from this, uh, we have to give, we have to go to the principal office and take his blessings also. So when my turn came, that's on my birthday, a day before that in my house, I was sitting alone. I was thinking, tomorrow is my day, I have to go to the principal office. And our principal was a very tall person. Like at that time, if we stand by his side, uh, we have to see him like this. Good morning, sir. Like this. So my father noticed me. He came to me and he asked me, yes, what happened? Tomorrow is your birthday. You need anything extra? What do you want on your birthday? I was sitting quietly. No, I was not an introvert child. I was very extrovert child, very naughty in my childhood. But I was thinking how to go. I was rehearsing in myself. You can say that tomorrow I will go to the principal office. I'll say this, I'll say that, and what he is going to say. I mean, all that thing was going on in my mind. So my father asked 2-3 times. I said, tomorrow I have to go to the principal office, and I'm scared of him. He said, why? Yes, it's your day. You are going to his office. You will be offering chocolate. Wish him, and he will give you his blessings. That's all. Why to be scared of it? I said, I don't know, father. I'm scared or I'm hesitating. I cannot stand myself also. So I still remember the one sentence that my father said to me on that day. He said, my dear child, let me tell you one thing. There are only two aspects in this world of everything. Tomorrow when you will go to the principal office, your principal will either welcome you, or if he is in a different mood, he'll say, get out. I was looking at my father. Yes, he said, yes. Either your principal will welcome you when you will ask, sir, may I come in? Either he will welcome you with his smile, or he will just say, get out, I don't have time. There is no third option. He is not going to dig in his office and put you there. That very small sentence was very simple. There was nothing new in that sentence, but it motivated me for the next day. All my hesitation was gone. Next day, I moved to the principal office confidently. I entered, and whatever my father has taught, it helped me. Now what I mean to say is that it's very simple illustration I'm discussing with you. I mean to say that in our schools I have seen that in classrooms, if some of you are teachers who are listening to me, just recollect in your mind the scene of your classroom. When you ask a question to the students, you are teaching in the class, and after that you ask a simple question of the lesson. Some students raise their hands, others do not, and some look here and there so that their chance does not come. They just want to hide themselves so that teacher may not ask them. And what about some other who are hesitating? They know the answer. It is not that they do not know the answer or they cannot answer, but they do not put their hands up. And what the teacher do normally? She just, okay, how many of you have raised the hand? Yes, you answer my question. Yes, come on, boy. And most of the time, what happens? The one who has been given a chance to answer the question gives the answer, and the teacher said, yes, very good, excellent. At that time, the one who is sitting behind or sitting somewhere in the class, a child who had also the same answer in the mind, what he do? He just tell to himself, yeah, this was the answer I was also knowing. But if you were knowing, then why did you answer? You might have also got the good or excellent remark of the teacher. And the teacher also, especially nowadays I have seen, because see, I have worked as principal also for many years in many of the schools. And when I used to take the round of the classes, I used to notice it. Then I asked the teacher, okay ma'am, ask a question in front of me and let me see how many of the students answer in the class. The teacher, in order to show that she is teaching very nicely and all the students, most of the students in her class are brilliant, because it's a very funny thing, let me share with you at this moment itself. In schools, especially nowadays, what happens? At the end of the session, when the time of increment comes, what the management do? There is a channel of working. Teachers, principal, then management. In between, a post of coordinator is also there to coordinate the things. What happens? Management asks principal to make the remarks of the teachers according to the principal, which teacher should be given which kind of increment. But that is called performance based increment. And how the performance of the teacher is counted. What is the criteria of performance judging in schools of the teacher? The principal see the report card, the result sheets of the subject teachers, and it is their subject teacher tells, ma'am, in my subject this is the remarks, this is the marks of the students, especially of the board classes, 10th and 12th. Yeah, if in the subject of the particular teacher most of the students have got good marks, it means that teacher has worked hard. Teacher has taught in such a way that students are getting good marks. So this is the best teacher. And there is one more teacher. In a subject, it may happen that students are not getting good marks because that teacher is giving hard marking. That teacher is giving hard remarks, hard marks, so that the students in her subject or his subjects work more to gain the marks. Because you know that in our country, unfortunately, marks has been maintained the platform. Marks has been, you can say that nowadays everything is judged through the marks only. Number platform, it is said that. Though I have worked on the post of principal and I have to sign the report cards at the end of the year, but I was never in favor of this kind of reports. What happened? See, I am not criticizing any school or the education system, let me tell you, because as I told you in my first video also, we are not going to criticize anybody, but I want to share with you people what I feel or what I have felt throughout my career in education line. What's going on? Are we encouraging our students to do something in their life? Are we just going on with doing our duties of that particular session? Or yes, क्लास 10th पास हो गई, अच्छे मार्क्स आ गए, और वो स्टूडेंट इतने CGP लाया और वो स्टूडेंट्स इतने मार्क्स लाया, गुड, मेरा रिजल्ट बहुत अच्छा रहा, मैं बहुत अच्छी टीचर हूँ. That is only the syllabic study. Whatever you have taught as a syllabus in your subject, the student has just got the marks in that. Doesn't matter how. Maybe that child might have not understood the concept. The child must have just mucked up the things and written the answer sheet. And one thing very funny happens nowadays, I have seen. If the child is answering the question in the same manner in which the teacher has taught, word to word, teacher gives full marks. And the same thing a child has written in a different manner, that is, answer is coming. The child has got the question, he knows what he has to answer. But if he has changed the language or the words in his answer or her answer, our teachers who don't want to go beyond the line or who don't want to work on this, cut the marks. If now marks is the platform to judge a child's caliber, the child is gone. He knew the concept, he answered the question, he has gained the knowledge. Knowledge-wise, his answer is correct one. But because he or she has not written in the pattern the teacher has taught, he or she should not be given the marks. Now what is this? Are we preparing our students for the better future, or are we preparing our students just for passing or going through that class with good marks? Please think over it. I want you people to think, because see, my show, this is the show, is not meant for me only to speak. I'm not here to just give my thoughts or my opinions. I just want you people to think over the matter I discuss here. Now coming back to the main concept, that is hesitation. Why we need motivation? There are so many videos, so many people who are motivating these days to the students. But why we require motivation? What is there? Everybody is born with a brain, and everybody's parent work hard at the end to make the child think in a better way. They try to put their child in a good school. So what is a good school? Criteria is a private school which takes more fee. We underestimate the government schools. Ironical is the case. See, nowadays, those who want to opt teaching as a profession, they tries for the examinations to qualify those examinations, which gives a chance to them, which gives a chance to become a government teacher. Government teacher, that is in government school. Are they becoming government teacher for the students or the government? Or they want to have a secured life? In private schools, their job is not secured. They want to become government teacher, but one is not ready to put the child in government school. See the difference. A government teacher is a teacher who is teaching in a government school, getting a good salary, but is paying in a private school. Why? Just because of the facilities, just because of boosting among the relatives that, okay, my son or my daughter is studying in that school, that brand schools, brand name. Like we have the products in the market, brand products. That is the thing. They feel that if the child is going to study in a private school with all the facilities, and the child is going to explore her caliber or his caliber, going to become more smart, that is they want to boost up. See, I'm not criticizing the private schools, I'm not favoring the government school. That is not my that I don't want to go into that. Okay, things comes to my mind when I'm talking with you, because being in the education field for so long, things comes to me my mind when I go on talking on a particular topic. So in schools, it is felt after a certain period of time that child needs motivation. In the end of the session or in between, sometimes as a principal, when I used to take the round in the classes, and I used to see the report cards or the remarks given by the teachers in the report cards, we used to tell the teachers, please give the motivational remarks, don't give the negative remarks. Even if the child has not done good well in a subject, even then just encourage the child. In the report card, please take care that you give the motivational remarks so that the child should not get hurt, and motivate the child to do better in the next class. Now, what is the requirement of this? In a class of 40 students, I agree with you that even in a family or 4-5 children, everybody's brain is different, everybody's thought process is different, but here they are getting the same upbringing. If we relate upbringing with the factor, that is, if we say that he hesitates or she hesitates because of her upbringing, the parents had not worked upon that child, okay, I do not agree, because that is the matter in a family itself. If there are 2, 3 or 4, 5 brothers and sisters, everybody's nature is different, parents are same. Here this has something to do with the science, because even in a finger you can see that in a hand not 5 fingers are same. So this is a natural process, but what is the main thing is that in a classroom of 40 students, here the number of students does not matter. It's example I'm taking. Now normally we have 35 to 40 students in a class, general class. Some students are brilliant enough, are extrovert enough to initiate the things, while other students, even those who have the qualities, are introvert. When somebody has given the answer or somebody has done the some work task, he or she feels that this is what I also know. यही तो जवाब था जो मेरे पास भी था, मैं भी तो यही जवाब देना चाहती थी, काश मैंने दे दिया होता, काश अंदर कहीं बैठा हुआ है जो खुल के नहीं आने देता है सामने. So what we have done for this? What is the solution? Now every teacher in a classroom, because there is a management pressure upon the teaching staff, upon the principal to complete the syllabus at the end of the session, the given syllabus, almost all the chapters of a book. So they just enter the class in a period of subject period of 35 minutes or 40 minutes. The teacher is pressurized enough to complete the syllabus, and so if some teacher even feel like that they should talk to that student, the child who is not able to answer in the class, who can answer but is not answering the class, they don't do it. It is not that don't want to do it, but because of the time foundation, they are unable to do, and the things remain same. The one who is smart, who is extrovert, moves on, and the one who hesitates in the class remains there. Process goes on. They pass the class first to second, second to third, third to fourth, fourth to fifth. School is over. And when the child goes to the college, I can understand the students of college also, because I was a PDP trainer in engineering college, and there I noticed engineering college means professional college. Suppose in school where you were there to have the simple studies, you are doing that, you are learning that English, Hindi, Math, Science, Social, and you are being judged by the marks criteria. You pass the board examination of class 12th, and now is the time to take the decision what to do next. Because in this professional world nowadays, I have seen that not many of the students goes to the college for simple graduation, that is arts, science or humanities, that is humanities, science or commerce. They go to the professional college. Now on the basis of their marks, most of the students, I have seen that nowadays, in a, suppose you have 100 students who have passed the class 12th examination this year. If you ask them what is your ambition in life, words are limited. Engineering, medical, defense. 3 main choice. Students with physics, chemistry, maths, what will you do? What is your ambition in life? Ma'am, my father has said that you should study engineering. Father has said. The father has judged here. Even if you are capable of that field or not, father has judged a future for you. The other one will say with biocide, ma'am, there is no option for me. I am going to sit for the medical examination, or suppose if you don't qualify that, then what is the career for you? Then have it to discovered. But I am go to some counselor for this, and I'll talk to the counselor, career counselor, and the way how the career counselor will guide me, I'm going to take the decision. Very good. Somebody else is going to take a decision for what you have to do. You have not decided what you have to do. You have not judged yourself. You haven't talked to yourself. What your heart needs, what your heart mind want to do, you haven't. Somebody else is going to decide for you. Counseling, yeah, very good term. The child who hesitates to do things in schools, now for them a new post has come, counselor, education counselor. The child who does not respond in a better way, medical counselor. The child who is unable to decide what he has to do in professional world, for them, career counselor. Every step you have a counselor. What is this person doing in the school? Now this post has come. When we were students, there was no such post as counselor in the schools. A counselor were parents. We used to study subjects under teachers. Even at that time, teachers had the same limitations. Completing the syllabus in a given session, taking the examinations. But even then, some teachers used to connect themselves with the students, they saw that this child can do better, but somewhere the child is hesitating to do things. So they used to take out some time to talk to that student. A little bit of counseling used to motivate, understand, and the child was doing well after that. Nowadays, why this is lagging in the schools? Why everything is professionally decided? This post is for the teacher, and come on, somebody should be there to handle those students who hesitate to do things, because every student has the caliber to do things. Every school in this market, yeah, this is educational market, I'm using the word. Every school wants to boost up that our school is a good one, showing the big banners of 100% result, our students are toppers here and there. So they said that why to take a chance, let's have a post of counselor in the schools to motivate the sorry, my throat is not working properly. Let's have a post of counselor in the schools to motivate the students, and that counselor calls the students in a different cabin. He or she talks to that child, comes out with the problem, and the solution is taken out. Extra effort. Somebody is coming out. Like nowadays, what is happening? What are we people now today? I am sitting in front of you to talk about this. Okay, why I felt like talking to you on this topic, this motivation in simple way, because I want to go and talk things on the ground level. Like there are so many big motivational speakers who are nowadays doing their duties. They talk about many things, great ones, great things. I want to talk about the simple things, because you know that our children are in danger. And we are not noticing it. Even the parents, regretfully, even the parents nowadays, what happens? They arrange tuitions for the child. If the child is weak in studies, he or she is going to the school. In the classroom, the child is studying, he is not performing well. Principal calls the parents, your child is not performing well, haven't you arranged tuitions for him? So I want to ask one thing. If a qualified teacher in the class is there to teach the students, what is the requirement of extra tuitions? What is the requirement? Nowadays, when we were the children, hardly we heard about tuition classes. I remember we were 5 brothers and sisters, 4 sisters and 1 brother, and none of us have taken any tuition class in our school level. My mother was not so educated, and she wanted to study. When she got married, she wanted to study, but circumstances were there that she could not study for, and she had a craze in her mind. She had decided that all the 4 children, all the 4-5 children, we 4-5 brothers, should be graduated and should be made professionally qualified. She sometimes, when she was free enough, she used to talk about this thing. I wanted to study. I was good in studies, but because she lost her mother at early age, so she could not get a chance to study further. Her father married her in her early age, 14 years at that time. In our room. My father was a defense person. My father was in Air Force, and wherever he was posted, we got accommodation of 2-3 rooms. So we 4-5 brothers used to help each other in studies. No tuition class, no extra tuition classes, and by the grace of God, today we all are well educated, well qualified. Till the graduation also, we didn't feel like going to tuition classes. And my brother, you know, when he came in the board class, that is class 10th, just before 2 months before the main board examination, we felt like, because one of his teacher, so I'm not going to discuss him on personal level, we saw that in the school there was a concept going on. There was some teacher who was just compelling the students to take the tuition classes from him only, or the marks will be affected. You are getting what I want to say? Because I don't want to go into the deep of everything. It is not the case of my family only. So what happened? It happens in almost all the families. And just for 1 month, I remember, just for 1 month before the board examination, he took some tuition class. Just, and he got through. Having now a good career, is well established in his family, in his life, professionally also. We all also. Nowadays what happens? A student of PG class. Can't a mother teach a student of PG class? PG, LKG, UKG, a nursery wing. I see in most of the families in the evening time, somebody is coming from the outside, and if I ask such parents in their school, why tuition for this child? They say, मैम पढ़ता नहीं है, हमसे नहीं संभलता है ये, इसलिए मैडम ला रखी है. मैडम आती है ना, मैडम 2 चपत लगाती है तो ये पढ़ता है. Means a mother who can sit with that child, teach that child, motivate with some other things also apart from the bookish knowledge, does not have the time to sit with the child. Every second child of the classroom, every second child of the students, it has become a fashion nowadays to go to the tuition classes or hire the home tutors just for the marks. In the upbringing process, everything has been limited to the marks or the number platform. Nobody is taking out time to motivate a child, because if the parents have hired the tutor and even after that the child is not performing well in the examination, the father, when comes back from the parents meeting, barks upon the child. पूरे साल भर इसको ट्यूशन लगवाया था, पूरे साल भर क्या कर लिया? कुछ नहीं करके आया. I want to ask such parents, such father, have you ever taken out time to sit with that son or the daughter, especially son, because they get more scoldings from the parents? Have you ever taken out time to sit with that child and understand what the problem is? What is he undergoing through? What is going in his mind? Have you ever taken out time to sit and understand the problem or motivate with your words instead of comparing? You compare the child. उसी क्लास में वो पढ़ता है ना, उसके मार्क्स आ जाते हैं, तुम्हारे नहीं आते. क्यों भाई? तुम्हारे क्यों नहीं आते? Instead of blaming the student or the child for something, please, I request the parents, please take out time from whatever routine you have, sit with the child talk to them, spend some time, play with them, understand them. If you are not going to do this, your children are in danger. Yeah. Your children are in danger. Why so many cases of hanging, suicide these days? Brilliant ones are doing suicide. There are many illustrations, many examples. If you look around, the child has hanged himself because, why? He was so good enough in the studies. What happened? And so many stories comes out from every mouth who has gathered there. Some other reasons, some foolish reasons. पढ़ाई में तो अच्छा था नहीं, पढ़ाई की वजह से तो अपने आप को उसने नहीं लटकाया होगा. पढ़ाई तो अच्छी थी, पढ़ाई में तो बहुत अच्छा था. नहीं, अच्छा तो था, he was good enough. Then why did he do so? Pressure of parents' ambition. It's pressure of parents' ambition to become engineer, doctor, this and that. We put our ambition upon the minds of the children. उनका बेटा ये है, तुमको भी ये बनना है. तो उन्होंने तो टाइम भी निकाला था ना बेटे के साथ, पढ़ाई के साथ साथ कुछ करने के लिए. He has taken out time. Have you? And it's not a problem in the schools. I was in one of the very famous engineering college, and when I used to go into the classes of BTech, because I was a PDP trainer, the personality development trainer, so I went to all the professional courses. There were the students of MBA also, engineering, that is BTech also, pharmacy also, all the streams were there. Funny enough to know the criteria of students there. Same condition. The student has come to the professional college. Now after 4-5 years of completing the course, he or she is going to start the career professionally. Parents are paying huge sum of fee in a hope that my child is going to become engineer, or my child is going to graduate in business administration. The father, when he talks to some other relatives about the child, they ask, what is your son doing these days? He is in engineering college, he is doing BTech, future engineer. But in the classroom, when I went there and when I used to take the personality development classes, the same dullness or the same hesitation of the school level, there also, same condition. When we used to discuss few things, because my topics were general topics, you know that. There was nothing, it has nothing to do with the syllabus of engineering or management or the pharmacy, etc. Nothing to do with that. I used to go to the classes like I'm talking to you on some certain topics. As a personality development trainer, we have the duty to make the children, make the students personality wise smart enough. Because I'll come to the topic in some other video also, talking about we will have an orientation upon what is the requirement of professional world, what is the requirement of corporate world. These students of professional studies, how they should make them very perfect enough to act on the very first day of their job. I'll come to that topic some other day. It will be a session of orientation for the senior ones only, for those people only, those students who are studying in the engineering or the professional colleges for different professional courses. why there was a requirement of having a personality development extra session for these students in the colleges. They had gone for their professional courses, they have come from the schools, from the classes, they have learned everything, they explored themselves. Now is the time to prove themselves. Why then it was felt to have a counselor at school level, a personality development trainer at college level? Now the schools are having this PDP trainer, personality development trainer in some of the schools also. At school level, you have the books of aptitude or some of the additional books for the students are there, but nobody is taking those classes. When a guardian is going to purchase the book bundle of a certain class, apart from English, Hindi, Math, Science, Social, the normal subjects, you have one or two additional books also, that is of aptitude test or logical reasoning. The school want to boost up. What is the requirement of these books at school level? Nowadays, when you go to the colleges or when you sit for some competitive examination, these are the main topics which covers the question paper. So we feel that at school level itself, our school is going to teach the students in these topics also. We have separate teachers. Where are the teachers? You have, as the owner of the school, as the principal of the school, you have selected these books as a part of the course, but in your timetable, no such period. Or if the period is there for some teacher, no such different qualified teacher in your school. For logical, for aptitude, you have given the extra duty to the mathematics teacher or the English teacher. Like it's like something like when you go to purchase vegetables in the market, you purchase some other things, ingredients also for aroma in the food. It's a kind of putting aroma. I do not criticize it. It's very good effort, because when we understand after the school level a need for going to the coaching classes for the professional studies or for the competitive examinations, because these are the part that comes in the question, it covers a part of the question paper. Good, we should train our students at school level itself. They will pick up it more. But then we have to arrange classes for this. We have to take seriously the concept. These books should not lie in the cupboard as it is an extra book. We should make our students aware of that these subjects are also important for them, and motivation is a good thing. One should be motivated. I think that on the basic level, on the ground level, the first education starts from family. Mother is the first teacher. Take out time to sit with your child every day on the dining table, or play some games with the students, instead of handing over your child to somebody else to become a better one. You yourself take out time to sit with your child, understand, explore these qualities. If you notice something like hesitation in the child, talk to the child. Let him or her talk. It's very important. There's a vocal cord in our throat. Everybody know that. hesitation is like a marble which is put here, which is somewhere here, and it is not allowing the things to come out. It is also here, which is not allowing the things to come out, and your child is unable to perform. So now today it's enough. Let's wind up the session. And I think that today somewhat light problem is not there. Yeah, my fan is giving some extra sound. I think it's coming in my videos. I'll take care of it because things will get better day by day. When we will move, things will get better. Yeah, my concept will become better. My surrounding, you can